Alright, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to today's blog. Here to talk about the LSU Tigers for the 2016 college football season. Head coach Les Miles and company went 9-3 overall last season, and in those losses there were 3 straight losses to Alabama, Arkansas, and Ole Miss. Looking to turn things around and try to make it to the SEC championship. Now it's time to take a look at this team. They're actually led by star running back Leonard Fournette, who had over 1,900 yards on the ground last season and 22 scores. It's a great tailback and All-American, and they do have a decent quarterback in Brandon Harris, who had 13 touchdown passes, over 2,000 yards passing, and just 6 interceptions. But I'm looking forward to see him step it up just a little bit more, just to take pressure off of Leonard Fournette. Defenses is more focusing on stopping Fournette and putting more pressure on Brandon Harris to win the game and throwing the football. And he does have a couple of good receivers that he can throw to, and Malachi Dupree and Travell Durrell both had over 500 yards receiving last season. Now let's head over to the defensive unit. Kevin Steele's actually no longer the defensive coordinator, and they picked up Dave Aranda out of Wisconsin. I think this was a pretty good pickup because he did help that Badger defense a couple of good seasons, and they had some great linebackers. And speaking of linebackers, they no longer have Deion Jones. He's out. He's now in the National Football League, but they still have the return of Kendall Beckwith, who I'm expecting to have better numbers this upcoming season, possibly 100 plus tackles or just near in the 100 tackle range. Lewis Neal in the defensive line. That's another player that I do like as a prospect. He has 8.5 tackles last season for loss, as well as 7 sacks. I think he could be an all-SEC performer at the end of this season. And Jamal Adams, another great player in the secondary who I'm looking at. 4 interceptions and 6 pass breakups last season. He can be a physical player, can be a little bit over physical, but I think this is a great athlete. Now it's time for me to take a look at the schedule. They open up against Wisconsin, Coach Aranda's former team, and he definitely knows their weaknesses, so I think they have a chance to start off the season with a W against a good team. September 17th against Mississippi State. That is a little bit of their first SEC matchup, and in the following week they have to deal with the Florida Gators. The following week. I think this is a good Gator team, and I have high expectations this season as well. Better expectations than what we saw last season, particularly at the quarterback position. October 22nd against Ole Miss. That is always going to be a scare. Chad Kelly is a good quarterback. November the 5th against Alabama. That is always a huge game because it's really a lot past seasons has really been boiling down to LSU and Alabama, who represent the West Division, and still in Ole Miss it was in the mix as well. But I was really looking more at LSU and Alabama. They have a pretty good rivalry. On November 12th against Arkansas, that could be a good revenge game because they did lose to the Razorbacks last season due to the great ground attack of Alex Collins. And in the final matchup against Texas A&M, that is going to be another indication that everybody needs to look at as well. I actually have Texas A&M winning the SEC division this season because I believe they just have so much talent around them, good speed, and too many great players returning this year. This is their time to shine and their chance to finally win an SEC championship. And Kevin Slovin's been doing a great job. So same for Les Miles. He's still a great coach. I'm going to give kudos to him and still have mad respect. He's an excellent coach. But I think this is going to be another tough year for them, and I actually have them going 9-3 again in the regular season. I just seen them losing a couple of games to Texas A&M and even Alabama, because Alabama still always reload. I see them losing at least 2 of those matches, and possibly one more SEC matchup between either Florida or Ole Miss. I actually see them losing a couple of games this season, just like they did last year, replicating what they did. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be later on today. I just have 2 more blogs for today. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.